My name's Steve Hansen with Sukup Manufacturing Company, and welcome back to our dryer service video series. Today's topic will be strange input-output combinations and how to troubleshoot them. So the strange I/O is strange input-output. So if you remember, if we turn a fan on, for instance, we want a confirmation back that that fan turned on. So that's what these screens are, is identifying a potential hardware problem. So if we go down the list, you'll see fan 1, circuit 107 is on, but the fan output is off. In that case, the PLC didn't call for the fan to be on, but if this was lit up, it would say it's getting the confirmation circuit. That's going to help you identify a potential problem with an auxiliary contact and identify that as one of your hardware problems. Likewise, going down the list, we could have an air switch signal on, but the fan is not on. In this case, the one that's lit up, we have the fan on, but the fan confirmation, circuit 107, is not on. So that points us to a possible problem with that contactor or soft start not getting that confirmation signal back to the PLC. Likewise, on the burner, we could have the flame signal on, but the heater is not calling, the PLC is not calling for the heater to be on, and vice versa. We could have the confirmation circuit there when we don't have the heater output on the PLC on. Same thing on the strange input-output on the main screens. We could have load confirmation on without the load on, or we could have the output on but not the confirmation. And in this case, the one that's lit up is the unload output is on, but our confirmation signal is not coming back. So there again, we could look at a hardware problem for either an auxiliary contact, or maybe that contactor is actually bad and the magnetic contactor might not be pulling in. Likewise, the last one on this list is the upper paddle switch is made before the lower paddle switch. There again, that could show you that you either have a hardware problem with the switches on that fill switch, or the wiring could just be backwards. So just use these screens to point out a potential problem with hardware. If you remember from our strange input-output, what that's going to tell you is that you might have a problem with some hardware. So a confirmation circuit simply tells us that this magnetic starter protector actually pulled in. So to get that confirmation circuit, we feed our 24-volt DC into an auxiliary contact, and then we send a confirmation circuit, in this case wire 107, back to the computer that tells us that this fan contactor pulled in and that the fan should be on. Once again, if you don't have that signal, you have one of two problems. Either the auxiliary contact is not working anymore, perhaps it just has bees wings in it, and you may need to just bring an air compressor out and blow these out. Or it could point out that you have a hardware problem where maybe this contactor is faulty and your coil is not pulling in. Likewise, we have the same situation on our load and unload, for instance. We're feeding our 24-volt DC up. In this case, circuit 47 is the load confirmation. Likewise, on the unload, we've got our 24 volts, and circuit 94 is our unload confirmation circuit. Once again, if you have problems with that, you got a hardware problem somewhere, and we're just trying to identify that for you. Remember, this video and more can be found at our website, www.sukup.com, or our YouTube channel, Sukup MFG.